I'm just acting Chicallywood.
And I want you to play this gay guy that has 2 gay boyfriends, and I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is your limits of your artistry? Because some people, you know, they like, oh, it's art, so I don't care.
So you gonna get me in trouble for this one, man. But look, my thing is this. So it depends on the role, right? Because I had actually had somebody ask me this question a couple months ago about this, and I told him the same answer. It depends on the role. So if it's like some P-Valley stuff, some Empire shit, I can't do it because that, for one, it's just not my cup of tea. It's just not my type. Like, I feel like if the character's good, but I have to do all these other things, it's just not for me.
And sometimes people can't. Sometimes I think what a lot of actors, what I see, if they play the role too good, sometimes it's like hard to kind of differentiate. Like,
are you straight?
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of them things. I think if you do it extremely, like I remember, what's the guy from? He was on The Wire, Omar.
Michael.
Rest in peace to. Can't think of his last name.
It's Michael something.
But
I know what you're talking about.
I saw the series, was it Lovecraft Country or Lovecraft? And he had some very interesting parts.
Yeah, I think HBO kind of just said, you know what, he's good with gay roles. Let's just give it to him.
Yeah, so I mean, at that point, it's just like, you're a little bit too good at these type of roles.
And he is. He's good at those roles.
You know, but not taking anything away from his acting, but the fact is, that's what I'm saying. Like, where's the limits? What are some things that you're just like absolutely not? Like, somebody might say, hey, you know what? Can you play this pedophile role? Can you play this racist role? You know. So the question is that, like, what are your creative limits, or do you feel that art is art? Or do you feel that, no, I just can't touch that? So how do you approach that?
Yeah, so I do believe that art is art. But I do think it's okay to also have standards to what you want to accept. So, I think if you're an actor that's not necessarily okay with doing certain roles, I don't think you should be shamed for that because, if I want a role so bad and somebody says no to me, they have to accept the fact that they want to give me a role and I say no to that. You know what I'm saying? It's sometimes not everybody is going to be able to get what they want in this industry. But for some reason, it's like I have to be okay with playing a character that I'm uncomfortable with.
Yeah.
And with me, like I said, it kind of just depends on the role. Like, so for me, if the character is strong enough to where there's like a clear goal there that I know can possibly connect with a universal trait that us human beings can believe in, then I will probably do it. Especially if the character is not being defined by like his sexuality or his sexual action, things like that, which is kind of what I see now.
Yeah.
But if he's just gay and that's not necessarily the core of who that character is, but there's something else exceptional outside of that, then I'll probably do it. You know what I mean? Because, obviously the guy is going through something that everybody can relate to. He just so happens to be gay, but that's not really the core theme of the film or his character. Yeah. From what I've been seeing a lot of times is that a lot of people have that have the homosexuality as their core identity, and they want to lead with that end identity for the character. That's where I'm like, nah, I can't do it because if he has to be gay here, gay there, and that's defining who he is throughout the entire project. I'm just not interested in something like that. You know what I mean? Because, I'm friends with a bunch of people who are gay, and I'm friends with them solely just because they're great people. Yeah. We don't ever have to talk about that kind of stuff. And they don't even feel the need to tell me these things. Like, we just cool. Yeah. And for some reason, some projects feel like they have to announce to the world that this is a gay thing. It's like, no, you don't. Just nail the universal traits that I can relate to still. Yeah. And I'll be on that journey with you. Yeah. And I haven't seen roles really that have nailed that recently. Yeah. So, but that's why I say it just kind of depends.
Okay. Okay. Let me ask you this: has it ever been an audition that you bombed that you felt like, oh man, I did terrible?
Yeah. Yeah. There was this was back in this is back in the college days. I wasn't green, but I was still kind of learning the business. Yeah. I had a few auditions in college when I was just kind of showing up. because I wasn't getting a lot of work, and I was just thirsty to kind of just put myself out there. So I was just auditioning for the hell of it. And there were some auditions where I would forget my lines, auditions where they wanted me to sing, and I didn't know that was in the memo.
Okay.
But they said, "Can you sing though?" And I said, "Yeah." And
started thinking about some Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, I was thinking about something, and it was just terrible. Like it was a complete embarrassment. But I laughed it off, and I just failed epically. But I knew I wasn't going to get the role. That happened only a few times, but this was in college, like early. I was like 23, 24. Mostly I'm pretty professional with it. I try to prep really well.
So segueing into auditions, you got the role. Let's say, how do you prepare for certain characters? Like, what is your technique? What is something that you can give advice to somebody that got the role? Like, how do you embody certain characters? Like, what is your process to studying becoming this role?
Yeah, so
I'm just acting Chicallywood.